We back, baby. Episode 21.
Episode motherfucking 21.
Back.
We are back, baby. Hey, we got a lot to talk about, man. I missed y'all last week, man. Everybody was asking us. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, all the love, all the views. The views is going up. We make, you know what I'm saying?
Keep them going.
Yeah, man.
Hey, we need more subscribers.
Yeah, let's get some subscribers. Like what's happening? I told y'all stop all that ghost watching, man. Subscribe. Post us up.
Appreciate your feedback.
Tell a friend and tell a motherfucking friend. So, man, we about to go. This one right here. This might be a long trending topic, y'all, because it's been a long 2 weeks, and last week was long enough for 3 episodes. So, R.I.P. to King Von first. You know what I'm saying? Prayers to his family. Tragic, man. This man was making a social media run. I noticed like he did some shit with academics. He did shit with Gilly and all them. Salute to all them platforms. And his energy was just good. You could just tell he was happy with life. It was a weekend. Just dropped his album, and you know we wake up to boom, King Von was shot last night, and he's in surgery. And of course that ended up leading to he's dead. You know, we get footage, which I think APD, it seemed like Atlanta police probably leaked it because they were saying that the police shot Von, but it comes out that an associate of Quando Rondo, Lil Tim, he shot him in a scuffle, a melee, and they shot the shooter, off-duty cop that was working the nightclub, shot the shooter, and somehow the other two of Von's friends got in a shootout. They said 2 died, but from what I heard, one of them was just in a coma, and he actually survived.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I heard. So, but they keep saying 2, I mean, you know, no offense to him, but King Von was probably the biggest highlight name, so,
yeah,
you know, they're not really fact-checking that shit.
From Chicago,
yeah.
Bubbling. People didn't really know him yet, but he was starting to bubble up.
Yeah, Lil Durk worked on him. He came from the ground up. We watched his growth, you know what I'm saying, over the last year. You know, this man just got out of jail not too long ago, out of prison, you know what I'm saying. So let's get to the footage. Well, let's get to the manager story, because the manager also got shot. He survived. This is we're talking about King Von's manager, and he tells the story. And the way that he explains it is, they were at Opium nightclub down here, downtown Atlanta. They were celebrating. Von, a couple of his homies just got signed, and Von had his album released. So, you know, they good. Sounded to me like he was saying like bro wasn't sober. I didn't know that he had problems with Quando Rondo, whatnot, whatever. They supposed to go back after the club to the Airbnb or to the hotel or whatever.
Quando Rondo's the rapper.
He's a rapper from Savannah, Georgia. He a Crip.
He got a popular song? He got like a popular song out?
His biggest song is the feature that he's on when YoungBoy and Kevin Gates put out a feature. And he was like, who they say I am. But y'all listened to his mixtapes before, like, he got talent. He actually sounds, you can tell, he heavily influenced from Rich Homie Quan.
I don't know, so we gonna come back. Did you see Kevin Gates going in on YoungBoy?
I seen Kevin Gates drunk or some shit.
Alright, we'll come back.
But we'll get back to it.
My bad, I just wanna forget.
I ain't know who you're talking to, but okay, so look, so basically fast forward, there was all this a miscommunication happening because King Von ended up going to a hookah lounge. So they had to double back and meet back up with him. They said he was just sitting in the car for 30-40 minutes. And I guess, you know, they like to move right, so they was casing out the scene, casing out the club, you know what I'm saying? And I guess they peeped Quando sleep in a car. So when they came back and told King Von, because they had whatever underlying issue, and the manager said he was kind of always on some, like, it's on site when I see him. He got up and went looking for him, I guess. He found him. The first angle we seen that came out, we just see him punching him, and it's a whole bunch of niggas. And then we see Lil Timmy come from behind a white car and shoot Von, right? They show the second angle, and you can see King Von get out the car, and it's like 30 niggas behind him. And they're all kind of, he's beating on Quando, but they're all approaching. Timmy comes, shoots him. According to the manager, they didn't know that Timmy was with Quando. So long story short, he ends up, you know, deceased. What's y'all thoughts on it?
Interesting, man. It's tough. Like initially, when I first heard it, we all saw that first angle. I was like, damn, man, niggas can't scrap. You gotta shoot.
I think we all kind of.
You seen it from a different point of view. It's kind of like you seen your man getting bum rushed by niggas, because it's not just King Von might be the one putting the pause, but his niggas is right there. Like
Niggas just woke up from a nap too. He probably didn't even know.
So he don't even like. So at that point, it's kind of like you.
That gotta be fucked up.
Is it
you
like
gotta wake up and then you get hit?
Cause like if a nigga asks me hypothetically, if you just wake, if I'm with my homie and somebody running up on him and I got a tool on me, am I gonna sit there and try to fight multiple niggas or I'm gonna shoot?
See, the difference between me, like, if you get jumped, like say it's like 5 niggas, I might just jump in and take that ass whooping. But if I'm seeing 30 like that, I think about shooting in the air, but then you don't know who returning fire. You might have to lay somebody down.
And long and hard thinking about it, Lil Tim did what he's supposed to do.
Lil Tim, I said as long as Lil Tim got a clean burner and he got a clean, he's not on probation or anything, that case is beatable. Like, my thing is, Lil Tim, like, they're gonna, if they take this to trial, right, this is what the lawyer's gonna do. He's gonna and I hate to say it, but they're gonna run King Von's name through mud. Like, this is a man who's beat 2 murder ones. He's rumored to have more bodies. This is a man who got had a pending assault attempt in Atlanta for shooting another gang member. You know what I'm saying? In Georgia, stand your ground. You are allowed to protect a third party. My client sees 30 people along with King Von beating on his friend. He thought that was the correct force to use. And it's all about literally telling, convincing that this is the force that was needed for this situation. And so it's going to be, he might have to take it to trial, he might have to sit for a little while, but as long as little Timmy is clean, he'll be walking out of that courtroom now.
Before you go, I would say, legally, I don't really think like that. I'm not saying that's not his biggest thing, it is his biggest thing, but it's kind of like streetwise now. It's like if you from Chicago, he might be target number 1 now. There's people that definitely you can say what you want about King Von, but you just people that love him. Mm-hmm. And it's almost us versus them. Yeah. And what side you stand on? Yeah, he has his demons, but at the end of the day, he felt like he was an op. Now you really an op.
You talking about Quando?
Quando's
in trouble. Yeah,
Quando's in trouble now because Quando's in trouble. Chicago thinking,
Quando's never going to Chicago.
I just fought back. Yeah, you fought back, but
like people, and that's crazy.
Your entourage can get you in on their head.
That's just crazy.
Like, now I think of it like that.
That's just how you know that like the streets really have no rules, because if the streets really had rules and morals, then they would understand that they wouldn't even be mad at Quando. That come along with the game.
I mean, hey, you take one of mine, we take one of yours. That's the rules.
That's true, but at the same time, I'm looking at Quando. Quando ain't do a goddamn thing but get his ass beat. Like, this man literally woke up from a nap and got beat up, and now niggas want to kill him. Like, they rumored that Dirk bought all the tickets to his show that's in like close to Atlanta and all that, and I'm just like, I mean,
fear for your life.
I don't know, man. And then we got
it's like, damn, I just got my ass beat for all that. Like,
yeah. And you know when niggas die, it's always the baby mamas, the girlfriends. So then the Asian doll. We've already been critical of her on here. I'm gonna relax. I ain't gonna call her no names and nothing, because she's grieving, and she has her right to grieve. But she was up here, somebody who wasn't there, somebody who they had already broken up. Led to the manager, they weren't even speaking. And she's online talking about, Von said, like, she's talking as if like maybe she talked to him before he went into surgery or
like,
some shit. She's saying like they let me get shot. They wasn't there for me. My homeboys wasn't there for me. Blah 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 blah.
Like,
You know, she's doing the typical ex-girlfriend shit when a nigga die.
the scoop.
And basically the manager is like, yeah, I talked to her. She basically said it was her what? It was her
spiritual advisor?
spiritual reader, spiritual advisor.
That gave her...
That told her Von's last words.
So take that for as face value.
Listen, man, I respect that you got your spiritual side, but what I don't respect, no, because you would like to try to talk to the dead, do his spiritual, whatever you believe in, that's fine. But don't go out here feeding narratives. You get what I'm saying? Like that's not called for. Because now you put other people at risk and jeopardy.
Put his homies or his family, whoever. If that's not true,
yeah,
put them at this. Because I've seen the video now. Oh, so because that was a narrative at first.
Most of them niggas going back to O Block. You know what I'm saying?
That was a narrative at first that they left King Von for dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because people gonna be on their head, they stole his money, and now they like so.
And look at and my thing is too. Look at the videos, people. If a nigga is just out here shooting guns, who the fuck just gonna sit there? Like, they didn't ever really leave his side. Because I probably would have went a little further back than some of the niggas that did. You feel me?
They was right there.
The nigga, and then, when the nigga found out it was safe, he came and decked the shit out of fucking Quando Rondo. Don't even touch my nigga no more. Like, they on Quando trying to even help. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know.
He knew what was going on.
Yeah.
He knew.
It's like, yo,
he was the first person to know. I had nothing to do with this.
Y'all done provoked little Timmy, boy. Little Timmy a little firecracker, man.
Little Timmy the shooter.
Yeah, so, T.I.
What was it? Shut the fuck up was the last name of the last episode. T.I. didn't listen.
So T.I., couple days later.
You know what? Just because it's the last episode, I really thought we talked about this already. Because we told T.I. to shut the fuck up.
No, you know T.I.'s been in probably 17 out of 21 episodes.
He's gonna say something else. Probably by the time y'all hear this, he's gonna say something else.
And T.I. basically came out and said,
done now.
Atlanta's a black and a progressive city. Basically kind of like we trying to move forward. Y'all kill yourself in your own cities. Thanks, management.
You want? Go
ahead, say it.
I don't understand why he is confused about the backlash. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he's confused. He's saying I want to talk about Devon.
Nah, you was talking about.
You talk about Von.
You talking about Von.
Like what?
2 days later?
Come on, my nigga.
2 days later? A day and a half, really? A day and a half?
The message, who like it's
insensitive.
It's insensitive. That's all I have to say about that. It's just.
That's really all I got.
I mean, like, because we had a debate about it, and I think what I was trying to say was, like, I'm not mad at the messaging, I'm mad at just the insensitivity, the timing is wrong, like, just the complete disrespect like that. Now, as far as the message, I'm not mad at the message because the only reason I'm not mad at the message is I get what T.I. trying to do. Like when we was on the group message, A-Rob, who was on the last episode, check us out, episode 20, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
A-Rob was saying like, yo, you know, like it's different in different cities. Like in LA, you know, they go by a structure. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta don't have a structure. So that's why they out here wilding out. And I think that was him trying to be the big OG, trying to be like the big U's. Yeah, the whack 100s, like trying to be that big dog. He just went about it all the way wrong for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just terrible. It was all the way wrong. You was wrong. You was wrong for, instead of like trying to say that you weren't talking about King Von, we ain't stupid. Don't piss on me and tell me it's raining. You feel me? Like, nigga, you did that shit. You stand on what you said.
You did that shit.
Oh, T.I., what he says, I stand on what I said. That was his favorite line. Nigga, stand on what you said now. Let's not do that.
My question to that is, do you think, if not T.I., anybody in Atlanta, any hip hop can turn that into like some structure shit like LA, or is just the history ain't? It's too.
You know what?
It's too.
I think it's too late.
It's too late.
I think there are some of the OGs, like some out there. Like I think Big Bang is an OG that a lot of people respect, that you could talk to and shit like that. But as far as just the reason why LA structure is like that because of the gangbanging,
yeah,
and just how heavily cemented it is, and Atlanta is not like that. Atlanta doesn't come from that. Like, even though there's gangbanging here, this is kind of like the first generation of real, like, gang banging. Like gang bangers was always weird when they was in Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
Even now, is it really like? It's not that prevalent.
Yeah.
It's not like the forefront. There's gangs. It's not. Exactly. It's not like if you go to Chicago to BDZ. It's not.
Yeah.
Atlanta's not like that. I think it's more cliques. If anything.
Yeah. So it's just like I don't know, man. I think that if we do put in that kind of structure, like in LA or somewhere else, I think that would ruin the music industry because LA, they was kind of like low for a long time because of like Suge Knight and all that shit he was doing. Yeah. So I feel like that shit would ruin what we got going on here in Atlanta. Like, yeah, like if niggas
streamline everything to one, but
if everybody got to start coming in here checking in, you know what I'm saying? All right, yo, I gotta go check in with PD and Slaughter Gang, or I gotta go check in with OPF, or I'll be over here on the law. Let me check in. You know what I mean? Like it's a courtesy to check in. We appreciate that. We're gonna hold you down, but it ain't like mandatory. That's not what we do around here. You know what I'm saying?
Stick line is too big to check in.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody checks in Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean LA bigger, but like you said, it's an infrastructure that game.
I think it's just for
50 years of game.
It's probably somebody like, look, niggas is dying.
Yeah.
Like if it ain't no personal beef.
Yeah.
Like you said,
like
kids got to do a crime.
There's more options in Atlanta too to be successful as a black person. So a lot of people, like niggas, don't have to stick to what they got to stick to in other places like Chicago and everything. Like, you know. So
make sure y'all check in, paid and drive.
63rd. A couple days later, I don't know if y'all used to listen to him. I had just got into this artist. I really loved his interviews more than his music, even though I still loved his music. He got a song called Broken Love that I fucked with. Mo3, a rapper out of Dallas, Texas. One of the biggest rappers coming out of Texas. He's another one kind of like a King Von who he got a lot, he's affiliated, he got a lot of beef in it that's not really on. And he's fucking with people in a dangerous part of town. He's from North Dallas. He has beef in Oak Cliff, which is kind of like the south side of Dallas from what I know. And he was another one that was, you know, kind of like the energy is entertaining, but it's also like, you really out here in the streets, this is gonna happen. Like, so he had videos of him laughing at ops. He got songs where he's alluding to him shooting certain people, certain rappers in the city. And allegedly he was in Oak Cliff with a woman companion, and I guess he spent the night. Twitter investigators love to say that he was set up. I hate that, cause even TMZ said that he got set up by a woman. So when I opened it up and I looked, I didn't see how they came with that point.
So you got caught.
Yeah, I think you're in Oak Cliff. You're in Oak Cliff. You got people in Oak Cliff.
See that car out there?
Somebody, and then from what I heard,
I was like, we wait till you leave.
And from what I heard, it was like a blogger in Dallas. They said that basically the girl, her baby daddy, is cool with one of the rappers that he's beefing with.
Like, oh, you want to smash my baby mama?
Yeah. So there we go with that. I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
I mean, even if that's the case,
they just say that's the pathway.
But it's definitely, that's how easy.
Multiple pathways, how easy it was.
He shouldn't have been spending the night in Oak Cliff, for one, knowing that's where your beef at. And he's had beef with Trap Boy Freddy and Yellow Beezy for years. This is like, and they were old pals. You know what I'm saying? But old pals. But yeah, it's turning some. So anyway,
that's why it might have been the word. Just like
like he was leaving. He spotted them when he got by a gas station. A chase took on in the cars. He got in an accident, and allegedly, from what I heard, they shot out his tire, and he couldn't drive. And somebody said he had the pistol because he's a convicted felon. He had his pistol in the stash. So you know when you got turn the light, hit the, you know what I mean? He had time. He got out, started running. They got on his ass, shot him in the head in the middle of the interstate at like around 11 o'clock.
That's the worst shit I've heard.
Yeah.
That shit some like you see that's some 80s LA shit. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. And so then
I don't think no rapper went out that bad. Like you really you literally running for your life.
Yeah, that's some Grand Theft Auto shit right there. Like literally some Grand Theft Auto shit.
Was sad as fuck, bro.
And it's so.
And people like I need people to stop putting shit on the internet. Like I don't want to see this nigga. They trying to do CPR, bring him back on the side of the interstate.
And he's Boosie's artist. And his favorite rapper was Boosie. Segue into Boosie going to the memorial. And me personally, I felt like Boosie was there a day too long. And that he was there on that Friday or whatever, he was there. And then the next day he was there. And something happened in Dallas and he got shot in the leg. So now your artist is dead and you're shot.
It gotta be two thoughts, man. First, anybody can get touched. It's not like you don't have to be the toughest guy in the world to get shot anywhere. Yeah. Anybody can take a gun and get shot. Right. Second, if you're gonna be a rapper, it's gonna be a fake rapper. You're not gonna get on being from the suburbs and talk about being from the hood and get famous than actually being in the hood, rapping about real ops and getting real beef. Like, that's not smart.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd rather just be a fake somebody. Oh, you ain't from yeah, I'm not. I'm paid. I'm not really. I don't have real problems with nobody because I'm not from there.
Yeah.
I just got people mad at me. I got haters, but I don't have actual like.
People want to kill you, and that's why though. See, I said
Boosie came out right behind and said the same words you said. Being a rapper is the most dangerous job.
I think, and people took that wrong when I put that out there, but I just thought that common sense would tell people I'm speaking on, like, to that demographic, like the rappers who come from the street. The rapper, yes, we know that being a street nigga is the reason why why it's making your life at danger.
But it makes it even more.
But
you rap about
when you're a rapper, like, think about if I'm just a street nigga and I'm from whatever block. You gotta worry about your block. You gotta worry about this vicinity. When I'm a rapper and I'm gang affiliated, I'm this and I'm that, you gotta worry about the cops. Everywhere you go to, people are trying to get you. People are trying to rob you. Like, every aspect, every angle, everybody's on your ass. Women setting you up. You don't know. So that's why I say being a rapper is more dangerous than even just being a street nigga.
I think people will take it as I'd rather be a street nigga than a rapper. It's like, no, it's it's pros and cons. Mm-hmm. Your pros get up, you get more money, you get more fame, you get more things, but so do your cons. You get more enemies.
Like, look at all the millionaire rappers and look at the shit they done been through. Like, we watched the Migos get big. Look at the shit they had to go through just to get to where they at now.
You forget.
They been shot at in Miami. The shit in Memphis, like, yeah, they went through hella shit, bro.
Beefing with Chicago.
Then you now you gotta beef with your local nigga. We seen it. Local niggas that you was beefing with want to beef with you even harder to get their own shit up.
Niggas shooting, get killed off that shit.
So see, look, when you a street rapper, you got one of two ways. You either gonna continue being a street rapper, or you gonna be considered Hollywood because you like how they trying to talk about Jeezy. Or for Jeezy doing the verses and sitting down with Gucci, or they talking about
we gonna get to that later. We gonna get to that.
Like, you either
it's a lose.
And that's why when you're a rapper, you gotta just stop listening to that type of shit. That's why because
like Jeezy and Meek Mill, people be like, oh, you sit my back, Justin. You be like, oh, you sitting there. You're a hypocrite. You trying to tell the truth? Like, I'm trying to live now. Yeah. I made it. Like, you want me to keep beating? I'm gonna end up dead.
And that's why I think now.
Dead or in jail.
That's why I think now in this day and age, bro. If I just gotta deal with the fans telling me like, oh, I went Hollywood, I'll deal with that.
Just know those are the ones that probably ain't buying your shit. They just they bootlegging your shit. They make it a couple streams. These folks watch
6ix9ine risk his life every week just to not even buy this nigga album. Like, why would y'all ever listen to the fans? You know what I mean?
Been quiet ever since.
Yeah. So, then even the famous dentist in Dallas, he do the veneers and shit. I forgot his name. He got shot. I'm like, bro, what's going on in Texas? Then Benny the Butcher got shot in Houston in the Walmart parking lot. Did you see that?
So he didn't give up his jury fast enough.
Yeah, and
they a robbery attempt?
Yeah, they blocked him in. He was sitting in the car with a couple people waiting on somebody to come out. They cut his car off like some movie shit. They trying to rob him. He, I guess he wasn't taking it off fast enough. They shot him in the leg. It caused melee and they had to dip. So I seen him.
Jury though, didn't he?
Yeah, he still had his jury on. I seen him on Crutches with his jury on. Boy, niggas be dying over this jury. Like, what do y'all, like, not even the rappers, I'm talking about the people that's robbing them. Like, what do you really think you're gonna get besides clout off of this jury? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, man. It's been tough in the rap world, man. Even like the non-violent shit that's going on. Like I seen Meek Mill, real positive message, idea. He said he wanted to, start signing some of the biggest artists in Philly. That way he could try to, get some kind of unity going on in Philly because he's looking at all these other rappers dying. He's like, man, I want to get some unity. What these niggas do in return? Shut the fuck up, nigga. You banned from North Philly, nigga. Did you see that?
I heard, but who banned them?
These young niggas.
Some young niggas, bro. Some young niggas. I don't.
But I have
rappers.
a couple partners who from Philly. I've been a fan of Philly like battle rap scene.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, Philly's crazy.
Philly different.
Yeah.
Like it was one of them cities that just they don't.
Listen, when they won the Super Bowl, I watched the nigga propose to his girl with a 40 ounce in his hand. That's all I needed to see.
It's not even like they just they kill each other.
Yeah.
There's no real unity in Philly. There's no real.
It's the real life trenches.
It's just the trenches out there, so it's not like
they was mad because he be hanging up like Meek Mill got a lot of ties to the Southfield. But I think that's like where his cousin is from and all that. So it's like he be on both. He would fuck with both, and they was calling him an op ass nigga. Like, are you from North Philly? You from South Philly? You can't come back to North Philly. Like, this is a response because this nigga say, yo, I'm trying to give niggas opportunities.
He said, stop the violence. Let's look.
That was the craziest shit I've ever fucking heard.
Okay, hey, either you gonna be a street nigga and take that check.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Atlanta like. Never, I'm not gonna say that, but it's just different. I don't like.
See, Atlanta is a sneaky city. So you can come here and have fun. You can come here and get successful if you want. But you also can go to Lens and get killed.
Right.
You can also be
you
in the
never
street.
know.
Yeah, you can also be in the street and get killed in Atlanta. Like Atlanta is still.
It's like a dice.
Yeah, it's still a major city. It's still and it's more dangerous than Corona than it is right now. Seeing like the other day they up to like 118 murders for the year, and they had 99 all last year. So yeah,
I guess it's just more different because there's no fun. Like you don't go to Philly like
to have fun.
It's just that
unless you're going to Made in America.
You know what I'm saying? I guess it's more so like that. It's like Atlanta is just more opportunities to do other stuff.
Yeah.
Stay away from it.
Yeah, like you can stay out of the streets for the most part. I'm not going to judge everybody's life, but you can find a way out of the streets in Atlanta. And some other places it's no hope. You know, like that's just the sentiment that the people have.
That's what I'm telling them when they gonna keep trying to come to Atlanta.
Yeah. So
that's probably why they come.
The other day, Lil Wayne got indicted. They indicted Wayne for another gun case.
That right there explains it. That's why he hit up Trump. That's all.
Did you see Vlad TV's theory?
Mm-hmm.
His theory was, he said how some artists back in the day endorsed the president and because he had a big tax issue, and they pardoned the tax issue for him. So his thing was he felt like he said he feels like Lil Wayne he knew that this was coming, and he went to President Trump and said, I'll endorse you if you can pardon me in January.
That pardon is coming.
So that's a good theory. We'll see. You know,
my bad, Wayne.
But they said he had a gold-plated pistol in his bag. You know, that happened earlier this year or last year.
December.
Yeah.
I just don't understand for somebody who's already been to jail for the same thing for in New York for the case, as much money as he had, you can't just hire.
I get it, but you also see the same shit that we were just talking about.
But why is that in your luggage? Why is that not even in somebody else's luggage? Why?
It was on the PJ. It might have just been him on there and one other person. Like,
you know, that's why I be feeling like Lil Wayne ain't got enough people to where he can call somebody and they go, I'm down to bring that nigga a gun while he in their city, and then leave it with them. Go to Miami.
How many times this nigga may have been shot at or some shit?
He's been shot. I mean, listen,
and it's
I get it. I get it, but once you get to the PJ, you don't need the gun. That's what I'm saying.
But the PJ got to land.
What?
Call somebody.
Somebody pick you up
on that plane. Call somebody.
You gotta say.
I just think like when you get right. I'm not saying what he's doing. I'm not. I give an excuse, but like you may at some time like if you've been shot at multiple times, you're gonna start like.
I think we all understand that. But you also should have that paranoia of going to jail because you've been there.
My question to you is that the solution to keep it on you, or your paranoia should be make sure I got armed security with me?
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, I ain't going if I ain't got armed security.
For real. It's not like Lil Wayne's out and about all the time. Lil Wayne stays in his fucking house and skateboards on the roof all day.
But I mean, maybe he had that gun plated, and he going to California. He got a house out there. That's where he's gonna be.
Wayne.
That's for the house.
Well, Wayne, you gotta.
He should have moved.
I'm sorry, Wayne.
I'm saying it could have been.
There's no way. Listen, I get what you're saying, but there's no excuse for a gun being in your luggage. The fact that there's a gold-plated gun in your luggage lets me know that you probably just love the way this fucking gun looks. This is my favorite gun. I'm packing it. I'm going on a PJ. I ain't got to go through detectors and shit like that, and you got caught up. Because there's no reason, like, it's not like you just had a regular burner. Like, these niggas are talking about a gold-plated burner. Like, you know niggas love a nice-looking gun. You feel me? That's just all that sounds like to me. There's no reason that should even be in your luggage.
So he don't do serious. He's facing.
I mean, he got it. It's Fed time, so most likely you only pleading out. Your lawyer gonna put in some work for you. You gonna plea out and you gonna go to jail. You already a convicted felon too about that.
I mean,
you can't even carry it.
It's just funny that the drugs. They're not giving him the charges for the drugs.
They don't give a fuck about no drugs unless you sell, like you selling them, distributing.
Well, they said it was a good amount of drugs on there too. So.
I guess even that's not something that
somebody's gonna take.
Fed case guns.
Feds is like ATF
intent to sell.
Yeah.
More so than just
personal
shit.
Because they know at least that drug thing probably gonna get thrown out in the plea deal. It's probably gonna, they just want to give it for that gun.
Just so they gonna stick.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't gonna do a day for that shit.
I mean, the only way I can see him not doing that is if Trump pardoned him. You can't have that and then still in this Fed time where you do 99 conviction rate.
99%.
Even if you do 6 months, he's gonna do some time. I can't see it. So
speaking about Trump, I don't know if that way. How y'all feel about this election?
Shout out to Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
Turn blue.
Yo, he blew. Shout out to that man. I
sat here and recounted everything.
I'm kind of disappointed in Trump because I'm like, for a nigga who's so confident and always like got some shit to say, like just the way he be in a sort of loser. I'm like, nigga,
no, this is exactly how
I ain't expecting that right there. I thought he would have been like, I thought he would have just been talking more shit, but he just seemed like he's like in denial about the situation.
Yeah. The thing about it is like his demographic, man. They believe it.
They believe it. They was all at the doors and shit trying. In one city they saying stop the count, the other one they saying keep counting. Like these niggas.
Like he powerful enough now. I don't even think he care about the president or the Republican Party. Like
you know this cult following.
This cult following.
He gonna say he gonna be bigger.
He gonna be like, and then he ain't got to follow no more rules after that.
Right.
He might start his own network.
I think he's just scared he's gonna go to jail.
As soon as they take him out of office, they need to put him in handcuffs.
But you know he can pardon himself, or he could get Pence. He can get Pence to pardon him.
How?
Before you leave.
No, that's why I'm there with arrest him until after
January 21st. They gonna be like, here you go, sir.
They got that nigga February on Valentine's Day.
They didn't even.
No, I'm saying
they can't give him a chance to leave the state.
He can, like let's say it's December 5th. He be alright, I'm stepping down for president. Pence is gonna take over president for the last month, and Pence can pardon him. But it's happened before.
But can you pardon something that's not there yet? A charge that's not there? That's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna wait until everybody's out of office, till all y'all motherfuckers get out of office, and then hit you with them charges.
I don't think you can go back.
But you can get hit with them charges. They can charge you.
That's why I heard he might do. That's what they're talking about. See it then, so.
I mean, we'll see. I'm pretty sure he's running through options. We can definitely say that. Did y'all see, before we get into some more happier subjects, did y'all see that they vandalized Nipsey Hussle's whole plaza?
Watch out.
I don't know what that's about, but
watch out. Hey, that right there, that sound like kids, bro. These young niggas, that ain't.
When you say kids, what do you mean?
I mean, like, that's like your little 18, 22-year-old.
You sound like disrespectful gang politics shit to me.
Nah, this just sound like some disrespectful niggas that's just like, oh, I don't give a fuck about shit. Like, maybe it's a set that was beefing with them.
That's what I'm saying. It sound like some gangbanging shit to me.
But like the old heads wouldn't even, like, if the old heads found out who did it, like the OGs of this shit, they gotta violate though.
That's why
they got to.
That don't really make sense as far as structure, like, cause from what I understand, it's not even just like straight up in LA, like if you're a Blood, if you're a Crip, it's almost like you could be, any set could be beefing any set. It's just by neighborhood, it's almost at this point. But it's like, why would you put that, like you said, why would you risk having your OGs? They know what's gonna come from that. You're gonna have the whole city mad at you, so. It might just be random.
Cause they OGs gonna have to.
You think somebody's
talk
willing
to
to
somebody
go?
for that?
You think somebody randomly willing to go into the heart? Like they live in the heart. They live in the biggest gang territory in LA. Like you think somebody willing to go there and just be fuck it? Let's just break the windows.
Right, it might just be the ops then.
That's what I think is some ops, man.
Like fuck it.
I don't think
no more.
Yeah, I don't.
It could have been something else that happened.
Yeah.
Like, all right. That was last year. Fuck that.
That's the biggest trigger though, right there. Right now.
We finna. Yeah.
Hey, if the murder rate spike a little bit, you know why.
That makes sense. That shit could have brought unity 2 years, a year ago.
Violate.
A year later, something happened.
Niggas gotta get
so I was like, now we splitting. So this is really y'all section. What is it? Rolling 60.
Yeah.
So you Pyru or whatever. You like nah we
They
ain't
beef
cool
with
no
other crips.
No, I don't know who the 60s all beef with, but I don't think they beef with Pyru.
I was just.
They beef
You're
with
right, but
everybody. Well,
niggas, from what I understand, is you can be cool with Pyru. They might be beefing with the other.
I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, let's get to something a little bit more. It's still about murder, but it's interesting. It's gonna be fun talking about it.
Oh, sure bet.
Versus.
Alright, can I explain my shirt real quick first? So you know, when the first verses came out, you know, it was Jeezy versus T.I.
Can they even see your shirt?
You know. So you know, I put my snowman, I was gonna throw the forces on and everything. But then they switched it up on me. So this shit just had to stay on. But Gucci's gonna win this shit. I'm gonna throw it out here, I'm gonna let y'all talk. 14-6.
Damn.
You're very incorrect.
14-6.
I don't even care about who you say gonna win, but ain't nobody score gonna be 14-6.
Gucci winning 14-6.
So
where we watching this at tomorrow?
I remember shout out to Court, she talking about pulling up to the crib tomorrow. So we'll see. But yeah, they changed it up, man. I guess they must have dropped that bag because Gucci had put up a tweet saying, y'all ain't gotta pay me $1 million.
So they get paid that.
Shit, he probably did.
$1 million?
Ciroc, they got endorsements, bro. They got Ciroc, they got Apple, I'm sure they might be able to drop that bag. This probably gonna be the biggest versus.
Gucci got paid $1 million. I know Fab, I know Jada, I know every nigga that been on there, man.
It's not about what you, it's about what you negotiate.
Hey, the first nigga don't ever get the money. It's the nigga that come in last to start getting.
I don't want that shit to get.
Do you know that's probably gonna be okay? So $1 million is the biggest that they did with the Brandy and Monica one. I tend to believe this is gonna be bigger than that.
IG?
Yeah.
I feel like
I wish they had
part of the beauty of the verses is how it's not like it's not all dolled up. Even though it's better because you can see it, but once they start getting money involved, shit gets.
I mean, they was always getting paid though, for the most part, probably instead of the beginning. But once they start bringing in sponsors and shit, I knew the money was coming in.
You're right.
So yeah, Gucci put it up. He said, "Yo, it's going down Thursday, November 19th.
See the little
Me versus Snow Cone." And then he was like, "All right," you know. He posted his response. Jeezy did. Gucci put up a meme yesterday, and it said Gucci when he plays The Truth, and it says, "Go dig your partner up, nigga, bet he can't say shit." And then they had Jeezy like jumping over
Hey, so
over a table trying to get to somebody.
if which I don't think he is, but if he played The Truth,
No, he's playing The Truth.
where does he play that? Where's the best spot for him to play The Truth?
Last 5.
I say set that shit off with it.
I would start off round 1. This is round 1 of Gucci Man versus Jeezy. I'm starting off like that.
My question, y'all.
Disrespectful, but it's not all the way there.
That's just the first hit, you know, body
If
shot.
you Jeezy, you do it.
So
If you Jeezy, you do this.
this is
What makes you want to do this?
Okay, so what I'm thinking is, and this is a theory. I guess this is a theory, right? Because me personally, I'm not doing it. For me, obviously, I felt like they had to have some kind of talk. A talk has had to happen.
Money talk.
Gucci just dropped the video.
Gucci just dropped the video.
It's live. I don't know if y'all can hear this.
For everybody who asking me, right? The verses is real. Me and Snow to know, right? Especially the part of the verses. Because I'm going to have that shit on tomorrow. And the bullet had the same fun ass shirt. And the dumbass head he had on the goddamn album cover. I ain't doing it.
Gucci 15-5. He's winning the promo.
Hey, look. So did y'all see the album cover? He was dressed like what they said, Doug Funny Sister. The boy had the little beret on with the black ass, tight ass sweater and the gray pants. The boy looked like he about to go paint some shit for real.
Yeah,
like
this nigga about to look like he looking at the video when he walks through the grocery store with the leggings, with the shirt, with the shorts on.
Doug Funny Sister.
Bro, they went crazy on Jeezy. They went on Jeezy ass. Freddie Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs say he killed your because Jeezy dropped the track yesterday where he dissed 50 Cent. I guess he was dissing 50 Cent from when Southwest T got out, BMF head, and he was saying like you need to call him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was saying trying to call him out. And then Freddie Gibbs always came at him. So I guess he responded. You know, he trying to work that promo out, you know, get that record out, get it. He dropped the album Friday.
Yeah. It was crazy.
He's a smart man.
It was like the momentum when T.I. was against Jeezy, it felt like everybody was going pulling for Jeezy. It's kind of switched.
Now Jeezy's T.I. I said that's
T.I. now. It's kind of like everybody.
He's like, oh, his hits is too commercial.
It's too commercial.
Out the street.
It's almost like the streeter you are, the more people gonna root for you. Yeah. It's just
that's why I don't think that he's gonna win 15.
But I heard.
I think it's anybody's win, but I just can't. 15-5. Now I think Gucci gonna have trouble because he has so much music. It's like I know that's what you said about T.I., but like T.I. it's a limit to his catalog. Gucci has over 100 bodies of work. That's hard.
But my question to you is,
that's hard.
Where they gonna take it? Are they gonna take it like classic? Gucci has so much street hits, anthems that the average person
making love to the money. When he plays
that's not even like.
But see, I think that versus is gonna love when he plays shit like that.
Like
long money.
Swing my dough.
Vet pass by. Everybody looking. See souls in the house.
Everybody cooking.
Every intermission, like, you know, when something going on.
You play that.
Play first day out. Like
a nigga in New York might not know that.
Jeezy gotta keep the street. We don't want to hear R.I.P., bro.
Jeezy like to drink.
Nah, he can't.
Jeezy like to smoke. He gotta go there with it.
So if Gucci played the Jacobs role, don't play, you know, get Jeezy eyes back. Don't play no R.I.P.
Jeezy gotta try to.
Don't play them big records.
I think.
See, he gotta play like Lemonade.
I don't want to hear Love in the Club.
Or the difference between Fab and Jeezy, right? We know what Fab is known for. His street records aren't as good as his ladies records. Jeezy has enough street records.
So, yeah, hell yeah, he do.
So he could play. I'm saying I don't hear RP, but he can play RP. He could play. I wouldn't suggest it. He could play. He could play something like Soul Survivor. And then, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Gucci gonna come out with. I mean, that's a radio hit.
The beautiful thing about verses is the first 10 you can respond. The next 10 they gonna respond to you.
This shit down.
But we didn't really answer the question.
What it is?
Should Jeezy do this shit? If they beef, let the one your partner.
I don't know. We still don't really know what really happened.
Really happened.
I mean, that's what it seems like what happened. But what if like he didn't tell his partner, he just went off on a tangent? To me, yes, he's still responsible for his death because he put a bounty on the record. You feel me? But
is it disrespectful to the dead man family?
That's what I'm saying. So the dead man homies, I don't know.
I think anything they ever would do would be disrespectful. He ever would do. You think Jeezy probably still in contact with that family? I doubt it.
I would hope so.
Okay, then image.
Years ago.
Niggas, the way Freddie Gibbs made that statement, how niggas look at you. You sitting down.
Jeezy is a different type of guy now. They both different niggas from what they used to be, you know?
But I need old Gucci to show up tomorrow.
Like, even behind that though, like I think there's some seriousness behind Gucci, but it is a joke. Like, I do think it's a joke, and it looks like they kind of plan to shoot jabs at each other.
I mean, Gucci ain't got no reason to be mad. He handled the beef.
Man, Gucci got a reason to be mad. Like, you said some niggas to kill me.
Yeah, and I killed them.
You know, so I got locked up behind it, and that's affected other shit in my life. I couldn't make money in other places. I couldn't do certain things.
But I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, if you look at it from the street side, Gucci won.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that. What I'm saying is,
So
I think that he has a reason.
Jeezy had more of a reason to be mad. Like, nigga, you're down in this battle. If we talking about from the
Listen,
street.
man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what the real issue was. I don't know what happened. I really don't give a fuck. I'm here to watch this shit.
Let's get to the shits. 15-5.
Nah, I'm lying. 12-8.
Justin.
12-8 Gucci.
I think that.
I'll take it back. 13-7. 13-7.
I think that overall, like to the general consensus, I think that they're gonna say Jeezy.
Yep.
About Atlanta.
But I think as far as this Atlanta business, I think that Gucci. It's either 11-9 or 10-10 for me. I'm gonna keep score.
Nah, what I say is, I don't even think it's like.
If I got Gucci.
It's not Atlanta. It's the real South. Like
Columbus.
It's gonna be all of that. Jeezy gonna take the North. He gonna take New York. All that.
Yeah.
But after that, that's where it's gonna be like.
Yeah, I don't want to hear nobody from New York that ain't never spent no time in Georgia trying to tell me who won.
And that's like
I said,
gonna happen.
I heard other people.
I think the general consensus, Jeezy's gonna win.
But I don't even think, because I think the West Coast. I think the West Coast, Jeezy's gonna win the West Coast.
I think Jeezy's winning everywhere, but the South, who's familiar, if they
no, I said that wrong. Gucci gonna win Cali.
That shit gonna look
Why do you think
college.
I think they fuck with him like on some hood shit like that.
That shit gonna look like the presidential election.
No,
Jeezy's gonna get out the blue states.
But I heard that shit earlier. I was wrong.
Yeah, so I mean,
all country states in the middle America going for Gucci.
Yeah.
Heard a nigga say he gonna win. Gucci gonna win the electoral college.
You see, they said they got. You see, they asked 50 Cent about the game, and he said that he's down for a 50 Cent game versus.
Can't wait.
See, when I first got excited because I used to see them, it's gonna be entertaining. They're gonna be talking back and forth. Outside of them, like talking shit to each other, musically though, 50's gonna beat them.
Shit.
Because the game, a couple of his records got 50 on them.
Yeah, he said that's what he said.
No, you can't play that.
He said I'm down with him as long as he don't play songs with my voice on them. That's what he said.
Game still wins.
That's definitely an L.
That's a
Game
L.
still wins.
She still wins?
50 doesn't have 20 songs that can beat 20 a game. And I'm a huge 50 fan.
I think, but he could beat T.I. That doesn't make sense to me.
But we talking about one topic at a time. We talking about
You got another song to beat Game, and you can't play 3 of Game's biggest hits?
If we're talking about 20 songs, first off,
it's smoked.
I will.
He's getting smoked.
You're lying. You really don't believe that.
12, 8, 13, 7, 5th.
I'm not saying
like, doing research. This is on top of my head. I'm
12, 8,
it's gonna be 12,
13, 7.
12, 8 game.
Fuck out of here, nigga. Your score's been off today.
How many hits the Game got? You think that's gonna work?
First off, game got. All right. I hope they do this shit. So
after this, we're gonna just look.
We can do it. I can do it. That's somebody I listen
I can just hear his records without,
I'm saying, so what album?
What's your favorite 50 Cent song?
My favorite?
Yeah, I know this is kind of just random, but I just wanted, because the other day I was listening to Hustler's Ambition, and I was like, damn, this is my favorite 50 Cent song. That shit is just so hard.
Mini Man.
I think Mini Man is probably the most popular one. That's like my second one, but Hustler's Ambition, that shit just got something to it. Like, that shit just make me goddamn turn up.
I'm trying to think. It's one of them.
I'm a player.
Certified lover boy.
I don't know. All right. I'll have to look at it.
Yeah.
Something I'll give.
Speaking of that too, before I go back, and Gucci and Jeezy is having an after party at Compound after that. So there's a way that they had to talk. You know what I'm saying?
I hope they keep it peaceful.
I hope they bring a message out, like with all the killings we was talking about and the shootings at the beginning of the pod. That's the whole point of this. Like, they talked to Gucci, and Gucci was like, "Hey man, this is for the bigger cause with everything going on."
I get that. I just find that if I'm Jeezy, if you keep poking fun at somebody that died, I was cool with it. It's kind of weird.
I mean, they ain't did it in years.
Just did it again. He's making memes off that shit. It's not like 50 Cent and T.I.
Somebody
making fun of you
that
snitching.
first. And
That's a little different. I can get over that because that's a joke. I can be like, I was just joking. I can't say, I was just joking about killing your partner.
That's why I think that Gucci really thinks that this nigga's a hoe. Like, I can feel it in his chest. Like, he felt like he could say whatever he want to that nigga. He's a bitch. I'm not scared of him.
You see the awkwardness between Brandy and Monica?
Yeah.
At times?
He really thinks that nigga's a bitch. Let's just be honest.
I don't know, man. To your point about the message DM, they done. Y'all judge it musically, but we made it. We could shake hands and be good.
Yeah.
That might fall sour if Gucci is petty.
Yeah. Whew. We'll see.
Gucci, man. Like, now we keep it peaceful.
Yeah. So they got a Tribe versus Outkast one pending.
I bet you won't have as many views.
Ah, shit.
No,
I bet it have more views.
That'd probably be bigger.
I bet it have more views.
Especially if Andre gonna be there. They're gonna confirm if he gonna be there or not.
Like, y'all
They can confirm it. He might pull Lauryn Hill, nigga. He might not even show.
we a little bit younger for the Tribe days, early '90s, mid '90s.
I'm just talking shit.
No, I'm just for the listeners, because there's a lot of people that don't fuck with Tribe. I got a couple of my fiance, excuse me, fucks with Tribe heavy. One of my best friends fucks with Tribe, and it's like they got a staple in hip hop, like that early New York vibe is huge. And a couple years ago, off Edgewood Sound Table, we went to a Tribe Called Quest versus Outkast party, and they was playing the Tribe song and then the Outkast song, and it was a good battle.
I didn't say.
That was in Atlanta.
Listen, okay, so.
And that was in Atlanta.
I'm the last person that can really judge.
Yeah, I don't know.
But all that being said, Outkast will win.
Yeah, I'm not too much
It'll be a good
to
fight.
Tribe. I think that it'll be respectable.
Yeah,
But yeah, you know, I mean, that's probably all I got to say on that. Shout out to Cass if they do it.
You gotta remember the audience too.
Come from out of the ground with your flute. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of everybody finding you places, taking pictures, except for me. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask y'all a question though. Who's battling Dipset?
G?
That ain't fair.
For who?
Dipset won. Ain't easy.
Dipset being June easily?
I mean, you have 50.
This shit overrated to me, bro.
Y'all niggas is crazy. Alright.
I think it was a good fight.
Dipset cool and all.
But
And I love G-Unit.
Niggas be holding Dipset to too high of a regard. For me.
Are we saying Dipset all, like...
How they can play anything as far as Cam, Jewels, or does it have to be group?
Nah,
It should be group.
if it's group, Dipset's gonna win. Cause G-Unit as a group, they have a fire-ass album. Hey.
It'll be hard to kind of put those parameters, because niggas be like, well, we did this this is featuring Joel, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know their catalog enough to be like,
I don't give a fuck.
You said Wu-Tang cameraman?
They way too big.
Wu-Tang
to be
would
battling
destroy
them.
on the verses.
Yeah.
That's not even fair.
They shouldn't even.
It's different. They way down
levels to the shit.
That's the era shit. That's the Chris Brown versus Usher shit, in my opinion. Not that this is Chris Brown. The era is like, you don't play Cream against goddamn oh boy.
Alright, my bad. That's just random thought.
Going out, like, you have to remember, I had 4 kids, so I never really went out without him. I never did anything. Like, my whole life.
I'm tired of this
20s,
bitch.
Half of my 30s was, raising kids and taking care of all of Scotty's stuff. Like, I managed his whole life.
Scotty.
He didn't even know where he banked.
That
I
his
did
bird?
all of our stuff. I handled all of our investments. I handled all of our stuff. So at this point,
You
I'm just like,
handled a lot of dates,
it's
too.
just not enough. I don't feel fulfilled.
So you were separated when you were seeing Future.
Yeah.
Was that weird? Did Scotty know you were seeing
Yeah,
Future
I thought
about
it
people?
was
Like,
Scotty.
you had an
I
It
know
was
that's what
definitely
it is.
like a respectable relationship. It wasn't on like
Alright.
This bitch is a bird.
That's Larsa Pittman, y'all. She's in her 40s.
Can she go back to her regular last
She
name?
might.
Lots of bird pepping.
Yeah, so Shawty
Take
is
the pivot
basically
off.
saying that like she cheated.
I had to pull some goddamn.
She cheated on Future.
Get my last name back.
She ended up saying how she cheated on Future. She was with, not cheated on Future, she cheated on Scotty. She was with Tristan Thompson. She introduced Tristan Thompson when she was with him on the side
How you the side bitch? Get mad the side
to
nigga.
Chloe. And Chloe took his man 2 weeks later. And I don't know why she's saying all this, why she even doing the interview. But Larsa,
She don't have no bird shit.
first of all, you too old to be going through this little midlife crisis, fucking with these young niggas. You married to a nigga. If you ain't want to be with them, don't be with them. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was a little. That shit was weak to me. You know what I'm saying? She basically tried to do her tell all. And speaking of other bitches who do tell alls, we got Young Berg in the building.
Damn.
Hitmaker.
They got his ass. They get look. He just like a little girl. Like they gave him a little liquor, and this man started letting loose all the fucking info and shit. You know what I'm saying? So.
I mean, man, he just had a story to tell.
Nah, that nigga historically has stories to tell. Historically is known for always running his mouth a little too much. So he got on there talking about, and literally the story was for no reason. Like I thought it was like a reason the name came up, but it really wasn't. Where he was talking about, I think her name is Natari Naughton, Tasha from Power from 3LW.
3LW.
He was talking about how he smashed her and she had an IUD in her vagina, and that's how he learned about birth control or some crazy shit. So I thought I was like, okay, that was kind of weird. And then he said a story about walking in the room when he seen Whitney Houston getting undressed, and Ray J was in the room or some shit. Like the man was just running his mouth. So I mean, that's cool with y'all, cause I know you took the stance of what was that shit with Drake and who was that? SZA. You said like that's his life. He said, you know what I'm saying. So do you think that Young Berg is a fuck nigga for that?
I don't.
Are you asking him or me?
Not you.
I don't really. I think Bird is more of a fuck nigga because he's talking about the bitches that he fucking, details of fucking. All Drake said is I dated SZA back in 08.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really. You just telling who you dated. Like that's not like. That's not goddamn talking about your who you fuck, how it was, and all that shit. You go into details about bitches with IUDs.
Yeah,
I can't even. I ain't even got no goddamn excuse for that one. I got all the excuses.
Me personally, I don't really hold celebrities to those same standards. It's celebrities. They gonna talk gossip all they want. Like it's like
Do they?
a lot of them do.
I think more than them don't spread shit like that than they do.
Me personally, I don't like hold celebrities to a standard of like code of morality. I don't. So him doing that, I'm not like, oh, I'm very you're lame. It's like, yeah, whatever.
I think he lame. Obviously, it's not like I said, it don't hold no weight on my life or anything. But I do when like if somebody was to ask me how I felt about it, like yeah, that's some fucking shit right there. Like I think that's corny. You know what I mean? Like. Damn, man, can you hold something down? Like, relax.
Hold that down.
But yeah, last topic, NBA all season, bro. This free agency shit going on. You see the Bucks, you know, they got Drew Holiday, and they basically put their whole future at risk for Drew Holiday. Like they traded basically what New Orleans got from Anthony Davis for Drew Holiday. They got my boy Massac. So what you think? What you think about that?
I think Milwaukee's a fool.
You think they're a fool? I don't think they're a
Yes,
fool.
I think they're a fool because if you think Drew Holiday is gonna be enough to keep Giannis,
But they didn't. It wasn't just Drew Holiday.
who else?
They got my man from the Bucks. I forgot his name. It's like on
the Kings?
Yeah, the Kings.
Bombardovich?
Yeah, they got him.
If you think Bombardovich and Drew Holiday is gonna be enough to keep him there, me personally, I'm asking him, yo, your deadline's to sign the extension in December. If you're not, I'm trading Giannis.
So you think basically making no moves and just keeping the same team that he's
No, I'm saying
lost
that's not
2-3
enough.
years in a row?
That's not
and
enough.
just give him an extension?
That wasn't enough. If he's not gonna
Maybe
sign the extension, they tried. I said they failed.
I think that's great. I think what they did was great.
How was it great?
Because see, what we gotta realize is, man, when you trying to win, you gotta put all your eggs in your basket. We trying to win now. They're on their lap. They want to keep this man. They have to show that they're willing to do anything to keep this man.
You think that's enough though? That's what I'm asking you.
I think that it's enough in the
effort
East
there.
to even get to a finals. Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
You got a two-way player that can get you 20 to 25 points, and he can play your best
Drew?
1 through 3. Yes.
Who can't get you 25?
Why he can't?
When has he? When has he?
Drew Holiday can get you 20 to
18 to
25.
20. There's a difference between 20 and 25. I say that to say he's not.
If you ask him to step up his role as a scorer, then you will.
Nah,
I think so.
I don't think that's enough. 20. They get you 18 to 20 a game, and he's gonna be the same excuse when he gets to the playoffs and they don't show up, and then Giannis gonna leave, and you're gonna get stuck with Drew Holiday as your franchise player in Milwaukee. Whereas they should have did the AD trade and keep them draft picks, and you get you a Zion.
Got 21.
Hey, just know we doing this
That's
game
about 21.
50 after we get done recording this. That shit
I hope you got some heat.
Because I had to goddamn.
Yeah, I think that if you're trying to listen, I think that you gotta you gotta do what you gotta do.
I don't think they got it. That's my biggest point.
Who says they're done? We don't know, but I think right now they got one of the best starting fives in the league.
To me, Giannis look like one of those niggas that where he's at is where he want to end. He don't look.
I think he wants to stay there, but I also think that if you don't give him the talent, he's leaving. But I think that he has
actions speak louder than words.
I'm saying, but I feel like they're trying. They're.
I don't think they try hard enough. He said that's one of his.
You don't think they trying? Or they literally just gave away.
They gave away. What did they get back? Is what I'm talking about.
Drew Holiday.
Nigga,
The point guard has been their weak spot when they got there. The point guard and shooting has been their weak spot. They literally covered both. They literally covered both.
You're a superstar.
Who's out there, a superstar point guard? They can get traded to.
They should have got Chris Paul.
They tried to, but they wanted to stay. They said Chris Paul wanted to stay out west.
Nigga ain't nobody.
He's a free agent. You can't
cold, nigga.
Milwaukee's.
And do you really want Chris Paul? Do you want Chris Paul? Because you know he's gonna be injured at some point in the season. And he's an older dude. And you want a fast pace. The reason Chris Paul was able to even stay playing as long as he did this year is because he played some off ball with some younger dudes.
And now he's going to even younger.
And can you afford to pay that? Are you willing to take on that contract? Was he traded or was he was traded, right? Are you willing to pay that man $35 million at 34 years old?
For 1 year, why not? You all
2 years. He got 2 years left.
What else you gonna pay? That's whack ass contract.
I don't want to.
That's whack ass contracts all over.
I'm not getting no 34-year-old. I'm trying to tell Giannis he the future because then he's gonna look at a 34-year-old and be like, well, shit. In 2 years, then what? Like you gotta keep dealing? No, man.
Yes, I'm just not gonna be moved by Drew Holiday.
Maybe he's gonna wait and see it next year and see how it play out.
Harden and Westbrook have both came out and say they wanted trades. Westbrook allegedly wants to be in the same position he was in when KD left. So I'm not sure about that.
Like I said, that new coach that just came in.
But
that new coach that just came in. He said he met with both of them.
More likely.
The media will get in here and who they want when they want somebody to lead, they'll start creating some narratives. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a strong person. So they talking about Harden. He wants to go to Brooklyn. Do you think that works?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a lot of talent, but I think they already have too many ISO scorers already. But out Harden, you add Harden.
I feel like if you're gonna get Harden, you need to trade Kyrie.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Kyrie. Which,
in actuality, they never really wanted Kyrie anyway. They wanted KD, and they came as like a package. So I mean, if you trade him, then you gotta worry about KD being unhappy. But then again, is he gonna be unhappy because he got his old dude back? You know what I mean? Like it's too many variables.
He might have been mad.
Harden gonna play at least 72 games.
I'm trading Kyrie.
Yeah, he need Harden. I would trade him. I would trade him for Harden.
That'll be a squad.
Yeah, I think the offense probably slow as fuck. There'll be a lot of ISO shit going on.
Spencer.
Yeah, so I don't know, man, but let's get to that. What's the scenario? So here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. Say what? Say what? What's the scenario? Sex, marry, or kill, fellas. Quick question.
We going straight to?
Yep. Sex, marry, or kill. The girl with the daddy issues, the reformed hoe, or the strong black woman who don't need no nigga. Sex, marry, kill. The girl with daddy issues, the reformed hoe, or the strong black woman who don't need no nigga.
Hey, you asked the question, bro. Go first.
I'm gonna set it off. Sex, marry, or kill. You gonna kill that independent woman. You gonna marry that reformed hoe, and you gonna have sex with the daddy issues.
Correct. He just had mine. That's what I think. I think because the strong black woman, not that like it's like an intimidation for me, but
bitch, you gotta go.
As somebody who gonna, and this is just a stereotype. We're stereotyping, so yes, we're stereotyping the situation. So the strong black woman that don't need no nigga part of something. Sound like you're gonna hear constantly. She's gonna operate without. It don't seem like there's gonna be teamwork involved. She sounds like it's gonna be like whole shit over your head if she ever do something for you. I ain't fucking with that. The reformed hoe is the best kind of I guess hoe, or just one of the best women. Cause you got experience, you done with all that, you know what I'm saying? From what I've seen, a lot of reformed hoes, they just take care of their nigga really well, and they keep him satisfied.
A lot of them get married.
Yeah, they you know, it sound like it's a wave, you know what I'm saying? Cause they move into Augusta, you know what I'm saying? If you love them, and they go on and have 7 kids, you know what I'm saying? And, you know.
I mean,
it is
what
what it is.
I agree almost.
That's my hoe too.
And the daddy issues, that just sound like some.
Good pussy.
Be holding on to me too much.
Nah, so the
You
daddy
probably do that,
issues, we gonna kill her. She gone.
What?
The independent woman, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of her to make her know, look, you need me. But I'm just fucking.
She probably gonna kick you out when she done fucking you.
That's cool. Because I'm going home to the reformed hoe that I just married.
See, we ain't saying. Here we go. Here we fucking go.
No, you said married.
Yeah, but I ain't telling you that you're. I didn't say you necessarily doing this all at the same time. I'm just asking what would be your preference. You're saying
when I go out.
That's how you supposed to do it.
When I go out.
That's how the game go. You
when I go out. Oh, I met that girl with daddy issues. Bow, she dead. Oh.
You gonna fuck the independent girl.
The independent girl. Oh, nigga, I don't need no nigga. Boom, I'm gonna dig it down.
You want to dig down the
dig
girl
it down.
Fuck
her up. Alright, boom. Now I'm going home to my lover for a hoe. Hey, baby. Hey, you want some head and some eggs? Hell yeah, I'm gonna get these head and eggs. I'm going
I just feel like marrying the same girl, but you fucking done.
I feel like
you taking that challenge.
Yeah, because
I think
sometimes you just gotta goddamn.
I think the strong independent girl though. You know the thing is though, from like what I've seen. What I've seen, the girl with the strong independent, like she don't ever have a problem getting a new nigga. It's just she's kind of like emotionally detached to niggas. So like you could go in there thinking like I'ma dick her down. But you might give a little attitude and she treats you like how you might treat with the girl.
That's why you only fucking her.
Only fucking.
So that's what I'm saying. She might be like, you know what, I'm never fucking with this nigga again.
The girl with daddy issues, you might
understand that.
You might be fucking her and then she start crying. She might start crying while you fucking her.
No, really the girl with
daddy issues.
Usually the girl with daddy issues is like on her way to being a hoe. And then she transforms into the reformed hoe. You know what I'm saying? The girls with daddy issues usually are the ones that become hoes. Are we not lying?
From my past, what I've learned, the ones that was
the girls that
had real daddy issues, not just daddy that went there, they had daddy issues.
Yeah, man.
They really were more of naggers. They wasn't hoes, they wasn't super freaky,
emotional,
and they just were clingy. So it wasn't like hoes like
them girls turn to whores.
No.
They turn to whores.
They're not whores.
They turn to whores.
No, they love. And they love who they love. They would be
and then they get mad, you know what I'm saying? I'm just not getting this love, and they find love through like multiple dicks.
Nigga, they'll kill themselves before they go fuck multiple dicks. Over one nigga.
Nah, fam.
Sounds a little bit too realistic.
Ain't none of my I ain't never been with nobody that killed themselves.
I'm saying that just sounds like that sounds
I watch Lifetime.
Well, that sounds like some Lifetime shit. For real.
You gotta keep up with them, bro. Y'all don't watch Snap?
Man, I'm sorry, you might watch that with your wife, but I ain't watching that shit.
Shit, y'all niggas better be prepared. Y'all do some dope shit. You gotta know what the hell they might do.
You!
Yep.
And your old lady have been together. You and your old lady have been together for 8 months. One day, you walk in and you overhear her telling her friends. One day, you overhear her telling her friend that you never made her climax. Which is weird because she always tells you she's climaxing when y'all have sex. So who is more wrong? You for not knowing or her for faking?
Bitch, you ain't never made me nothing either. That ain't real. It's powder. That's all I'm gonna say.
Your ass.
What you got?
I'll be mad.
Honestly, it's more on her because if y'all supposed to be together, you said 8 months, y'all together for 8 months. By this time, the communication part gotta be a factor in your relationship. So if you can't have that type of communication and say, look, I need you to move to the left, do something different. Cause you just ain't getting me there. Don't lie to me and tell me I'm getting you there.
I'm out of dick. Move to the left.
Change a different angle, do a different position, do something. But if you over here think, the worst thing a girl can do is lie to a nigga that nigga great and that nigga really trash. Cause in his head, he gonna keep doing what he thinking is great and you ain't never gonna goddamn improve.
Who's more at fault?
So she's at fault. And then you telling your friends? Your friend probably gonna talk.
That's why I just specify the question, because we all know that she's wrong for telling her friends. So ignore that part.
She's at fault though. That's part of it though. She's willing to tell other people.
No.
What I'm saying is that's how you hearing it though.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that's not what I'm
I
asking.
addressed that part.
Yes, we all know that she's if we're gonna add that factor in, and undoubtedly she's wrong. The only question I'm asking, should he have known, or should she basically have told him?
Let's say she wrote in her diary, right?
Are you ready?
What I'm saying is, that's another thing, or whatever, her blog or some dumb shit. It's her because you can't be mad. You're not gonna say nothing. You gotta express it like, yeah. You ain't working. How about we try this? How about we try that? Like he's saying, or it's like, well, you know, my last nigga, he did like this, maybe whatever. However, you need to just tell him, because you can't just sit there and expect that nigga to know if you don't know.
Communication is key at every
Yeah,
aspect
I
of the
already had
relationship.
nothing else to say about that either.
It's all about communication.
Yeah, she should have said something. She should have said something because if you're faking the nut, then he's gonna think that, okay, this is the way that she get off. She like it when I'm from behind. You know what I mean? So every time, that's what it's gonna be when he know he trying to get you off. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's her fault. Do better, you know?
Do more better.
If you do better, you do.
All right, we got one more. You work for a huge tech company. Your boss is the CEO's son. One day you approach your boss with a great idea that will be very lucrative for the company. He says he'll get back with you. A month later, your idea has been put in a plan, but your boss is getting all the credit from the CEO, which is his dad. Do you let it go and go straight to the CEO next time? Or do you let him know that this was your idea, the CEO? Do you let the CEO know that this was your idea the whole time?
You gotta. That's a learning lesson, man. You gotta get it in writing, get it official. You can't speak it. That's gonna cause you more problems down the line. If it's already been streamlined a month later, now you trying to say, oh, he said, she said, I told him this, I told him that, and he already got that shit going. That can fuck you up. It can backfire. So you just gotta take that on the chin. It's fucked up, but learn the lesson. Take that L.
Yeah, I say the only way you don't take the L is if you're willing to take the L. Like if you're willing to get fired and maybe blackball, say if you like, oh, my money right, I can get another job elsewhere. I'm just gonna take this risk and talk to the CEO or send the CEO an email. You know what I'm saying? But just know you're trying to get it. That's gonna get in between some family. You know, then that's gonna get interesting. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I'm coming in like this. I'm gonna tell my boss information. But my boss is not gonna, he's gonna take it and he's gonna take that idea and they're gonna start doing it. I'm going straight to the CEO, like, hey, you know, I told him that. He said he came up with that on his own. I said,
yeah, but that's just a risk.
Here's the blueprint with dates, timestamps, everything on it of where I did the work and showed the graphs and everything that he
didn't. You adding in factors.
No, but what I'm saying is to make sure that I wasn't adding stuff in. I'm coming with proof that he couldn't have got this information unless he got it from somebody else, and I had the information to.
But it was an idea.
That's still adding. You're adding. We didn't say that he had all that. We said it's an idea.
I just need the green.
He spoke with him. He spoke to him.
This is where this idea came from. I'm going to the CEO.
That's the answer. You're gonna go to the CEO. All right.
There's no proof.
That's what I'm saying. There is no proof. That's what we're trying to tell you. You talking about other shit.
Whereas like you can't really say because he just took your idea, but he implemented it. It's been going on for a month.
Yeah.
The blueprints was a month ago, bro. They already implemented it. We don't change.
Yeah, we're saying like, well, the damage has been done. Like, so are you gonna go?
Here's an email from 2 months ago.
Talk to a father and say that your son's a liar, and he's taking credit for my shit, and deal with the consequences, or are you just gonna let it go
I will go to the
And
CEO.
next time, do what you saying you should do.
I mean, personally, I'm still going to the CEO. Like, first, I'm going to my boss. Like, hey, what do I get for this idea? If you ain't coming with nothing, I'm going to the CEO. Now, if I have to take that L, I'm going to take that L.
Okay,
But just know,
question.
the next one, I'm not going to give you no idea without a way to destruct it.
Alright. So you got the facts and cap for us?
Hell no. Facts and cap.
Facts and cap.
Got a couple.
Facts and cap.
More fun. Okay. Should men have the right to vote on women's bodies? Specifically, I'm talking about abortion. So there's abortion law coming. Should men have the right to vote on that?
No.
Brandon, go first.
This nigga dropped the
So, three niggas with the plan.
Yeah, this nigga tripping.
Alright, that's it.
For real.
Shit.
We need copyright shit.
Spoiler alert.
Ain't that copyright? I just played a little clip.
Go ahead, bro.
Should man have
Free
the right?
production.
Honestly, I feel like it takes two to have a kid. So should they have a say so if you can have an abortion? Yes. But if you choose to still keep this kid, that man should not have to pay child support.
We not.
And should not have to be a part of their life.
I think you misunderstood it. The question.
But actually, again, should you have the right to vote? I said there's a bill coming out that says women are not allowed to get an abortion. Should you have the right to vote? Should you have a say so on that, on women's choices?
I don't think nobody does.
Go ahead.
And I say this because it's like, all right, that's between the two people that impregnated. Like this should be a.
You're saying it should be a law.
It should be a law. This should be a decision between two people. So I guess my answer is
no.
No.
You shouldn't have anything to do with it. You men.
No, like if this ain't a man-woman.
I think it is.
I mean, from the way you're asking the question.
Alright, I'm gonna let him think about it a little bit more.
Because I don't.
I think that no, we shouldn't.
Why?
Just because I already feel like how I'm gonna tell you about your own body. Like you're not allowed to get an abortion because then you got to start thinking about like say we're voting on abortion, like you said. Then it turns into what if this person was raped? What if your daughter was raped and got pregnant? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And because I voted against it, or women's rights, where it probably if women vote on it, I probably might be more comfortable knowing that this is how women feel. It's not my body. I can't get pregnant. There's certain things that I don't go through like the female body does. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman experiences things that I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here for women and their causes. I think if you get 10 women together and you do the abortion thing, I think 9 to 8 out of 10 women will be like, no, like we want an abortion. Like we want to be able to have that right to get an abortion. Not necessarily that they want an abortion, but they want to have that right. You know what I mean? I think that's what it would be. So, I mean, I think that's the only thing I could really think about when you talk about voting on a woman, like is literally something about like as far as like abortion and whatever. I just feel like that's not our place. And usually the people that are anti-abortion are like older white men who read the Bible from, you know what I'm saying, that are like Christian men, and the Bible's full of kind of rapey stuff sometimes. So, yeah, I mean, that's what it is. I think it's just like, what does an old 57-year-old, 68, 70-year-old white man, why should he be voting on what a woman's body?
Or 18, young.
Yeah, even an 18-year-old, like why should they be, you know what I'm saying? So,
why? Maybe because, yeah, I don't know why.
There's no reason.
Really affect
you can really think about it. Like if you really sit there and you think about it, you can't
I guess
really feel a reason.
Down to should it just be gender? Yeah, because it affects them. Yeah, I guess we.
Yeah, know your role, nigga.
So once again, it's some shit that
Nigga.
That's downfall for us. But I honestly feel
I don't even
like,
take that personally. Like that's
I
a
take it
situation
personally.
I'm staying out of. Like,
But I would.
like when it comes down to the voting part, I get the vote. You know,
but that's what he's talking about. The whole thing is about voting. I think you looking.
But
at
then
it
I'm looking
like,
at the bigger picture.
You're looking at it like I have a say so with my personal situation with my girl. Yes, you do. You do have a say so. I mean, at the end of the day, she's still gonna do what she want to do. But yes,
So
you
you
have
don't
a
have a
right to give
say-so.
an opinion. I mean, it's her body. You have a say so to an extent.
Well, if they made a law, if they made a law that say abortion is illegal, and if the majority of people vote on it, it will become illegal. The question is, only girls can vote on that law.
No, the man should have a part of it.
Why?
And we need to know why.
Because the man is part of that whole situation. So I'm saying like, say I'm a guy, let's say I'm at
So
49 years old, right? I ain't never had a kid. This is my first chance to have a kid, and I think abortion is wrong. I should have a say so in that. Because I've always wanted a kid. This is my first time someone pregnant.
fuck out of
And
here.
I
You
feel
ain't
like-
giving birth, nigga.
Can I finish? I just feel like sometimes it's not, like they make it all about the women in this situation. When
She gotta carry the baby.
okay.
Go
And
get
I
somebody.
that.
Go get somebody pregnant and want to have a baby with you. 49-year-old man.
I'm just saying.
She don't want to have one with you.
That's a good point.
She just
So,
wants
so,
some
it's always,
kids.
so it's always about the woman.
She gotta carry the baby.
All right.
So what you gonna? So, she
let's
don't want to
reverse
have
it.
your baby. She
Let's
don't want to
reverse
have
it.
your baby.
Let's reverse
And you're like, man, I wish there was a law that could be like, once you get pregnant, bitch, my say so says you should have a baby.
So-
You're forcing this girl to have a baby that don't want to have your baby.
So,
That's crazy.
Let's reverse it.
You got 49
Can we-
years to find a compatible bitch that won't get you, that won't have your fucking
I
kid.
get that, but let's look at it from
Like,
the
what are you
opposite
talking
side.
about?
Look at it from the opposite side.
Ain't no what's the opposite side, bro.
I don't want no kids. I'm not gonna take care of no kids. I'm not financially stable to take care of no kid. I'll pay for this abortion.
But as a
She wants to have the kid.
Okay. It's her body. That's consistent with what I'm saying.
So should I have to pay?
It is her
Or
body.
should I have to pay?
That could be debatable if you have to pay, but that's not necessarily about his question. His question is, should you
I'm speaking
talking
as a-
about
I'm speaking
voting?
as a whole now.
He's talking about voting. You're talking about child support payment.
If I don't have no say so on the baby, then y'all should have no say so on baby when after it's come out either. That's the only
Yeah,
thing
no,
it is.
I
But
agree. I can
as
agree. I can
As
agree
long as
with
you
when the
know,
baby
as far
comes
as
out.
abortion or no abortion, that is still your body. I can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I disagree with you at.
But how? If you can't, if
You gonna make so you're willing. So if you really
No,
wanted a baby,
I'm not saying I agree.
Brandon,
I'm not saying I agree.
let's say that you're 34 years old. You really wanted to have this baby. You got your girl pregnant. She don't want to. She want to have an abortion. Let's say if it was legal, like say you had to sign your name off for this girl to get an abortion, you would be mad if she did it. Like you would force this girl to have a baby.
I got a rebuttal.
there should be some paperwork that says that once you have this child, this is my kid. You have zero responsibility.
But what I'm saying is, what you're not thinking about is you signing a paper saying that she has to have your baby is basically forcing her to carry a baby. She has to sit out of work. She has to miss work. She has to deal with the morning sicknesses and all the tribulations. Women die when they have babies. Black women are mistreated when they go to the
So
hospital.
now this is one-sided. It's one-sided.
I mean, it sounds like your ego is
not my
in the way
ego.
of that situation. What I'm saying is, you don't have everything I just
You're not
explained.
looking for me from both
What I'm
sides,
saying
because
is,
I
no.
see
Let me say
every point you're
this.
making.
What I'm saying to you is, you have no idea what pregnancy is. You can, yes, you
We
have a
both
child.
were irresponsible.
You have no idea what women go through when they're pregnant, how they feel. You have none of that. And you're trying to say that you should be able to be like, well, you still should have the baby, and I'll just take care of it.
No, what I'm
legally.
saying is,
No, nigga,
if
you're
they
not
have-
carrying the baby.
If they have the same right to make that decision, or whether they're caring or not caring.
I don't care about.
No, because I get what you're saying. Like, I agree. As long as it's equal.
Well,
Like, let's say she chooses to have this kid, and I don't want this kid.
Okay, I get that.
I shouldn't have no part of it.
Listen, I think you're not understanding. We already agree with that part. That part is already clear. Where you're saying where if it should be like if you don't want to have a baby and she do, that you should be able to sign off. And she shouldn't be able to ask you for no help, no support, blah 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 blah. We already agreed to that. I understand that. That's not the question at hand.
pretty much talking about abortion, period.
Yeah, like that's not the question.
But
you were saying that men, if a woman gets pregnant and because a man hasn't had a baby, he's 40. Let's say he's 49 years old, that
he should be able to vote.
He should be able to vote that she has to carry the baby because I want to keep it and I'll just take care of it. But what I'm saying is,
I don't agree with that. The reason why I know that was one
because a lot of women could die from pregnancy,
or just they don't want to be pregnant.
Yeah.
I should. It's 50.
You're controlling her body.
I'm saying I'm making a rule. If you get pregnant, you shouldn't have a reason to keep it. You only because I want to. No, but the flip counter argument to that we ain't talking about is people say babies they're alive. You're killing the baby. Slaughter game.
That baby ain't nothing but a goddamn blob.
I mean, some people feel like babies. They're real babies at that point.
Keep your baby there.
Huh?
Shit, keep your baby there.
Now my whole thing.
That's it.
I'm not trying to.
It's a divisive.
I don't ever want to make it seem like I'm trying to tell a woman what to do with her body, but I feel like as easy as she can say she don't want to have it and she doesn't have it, there should be some type of.
Nah, you can't be out here. Y'all niggas be talking about double standards on here all the time.
That is.
It's only one person carrying the baby, bro. There's only one. So it shouldn't be equal. You should be able to voice your opinion, yes. Like, y'all really want to have this baby, la 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 la. But if she really don't want to be pregnant, then that's just what it is. I feel like that's something you just gotta let go.
See, I agree with that standpoint as if my feelings shouldn't involve her. It should be about the baby at that point. And nothing to do with the man. The abortion laws at that point should be about the baby. It's about should we consider it murder? And that's
I don't think it should just be about the baby. I think it should also be about the woman too. Because the woman is the one carrying the baby. So like your life is
we shouldn't. I should have. If you're voting on this, it's strictly on the aspect of you think that's killing a child, not for the aspect of
okay.
I don't want to raise a child or not.
All right, then cap.
Next. Can't say sorry. Facts or cap? This generation of men are worse due to social media.
through social media.
Due to social media. Social media has caused this generation of men to be worse.
I don't think they're worse.
Facts
I think
cap.
That's cap. I don't think it's worse. I think it just put a magnifying glass on it. You know what I'm saying? It turned it into more.
Magnifying glass makes something worse?
I don't think it makes it worse because like niggas got granddaddies that had 4 kids up the street.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was more teen pregnancies. It was like mad NBA young boys back in the day. Like none of that. Like niggas had crack eras. Daddies was slinging crack and going to jail and murderers and getting held down for life. Like I think that every generation has its flaws. I think that it's easier to notice the flaws. Though on social media, I don't necessarily think that it makes the generation worse because there's a lot more positive. There's also, I'm not gonna say it's not more positive, but the things that were negative then may not be negative now. Like teen pregnancy is going down. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think that's nitpicky to say. Mm-hmm. I think it's nitpicky, and like you said, there's never been a time where we can literally see everything going on. So I don't think the generation is necessarily worse, but I think that it just seems worse because we can see everything.
Brandon, facts or cap? Social media has made this generation of men worse.
I think that's cap.
Why?
I feel like as a man, you're gonna be a man, and I don't think social media is the issue. It's that in each generation, niggas have their morals or how they gonna move. I don't think it's social media that's making a move. Social media make it more visible, but
you think they are who they are already?
Yeah.
Before even social. Well, I think for the most part, yeah, there are niggas who just become crazy for social media. But I get what you're saying.
Niggas may like. Now you got a phone in your hand, like yeah, it's more visible. You can see it.
Like black youngster is an ignorant ass nigga regardless.
He's been an ignorant ass nigga before the Instagram and with the Instagram. He's the same nigga.
I heard both of y'all say it's the magnifying glass. It's the magnifying glass. I think it might be facts, man. I think that clout is a disease, a new disease. It's a disease that wasn't as prevalent back in the other generations.
You think niggas want to try to get caught right there?
Yeah, but not to the extent that they are now.
Because they had the same.
Because they don't have that same ability.
so
Social media magnifies everything, like y'all said.
Okay, but can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? Do you need to finish what you're saying? My bad. I don't want to interrupt. I just asked.
I might forget, but
go ahead, bro. I'll ask you out there. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is it magnifies a lot of the positive information. But I think the spread of bad information, misinformation, is at an all-time high, from my uneducated guess. And the cloud is trolling. Trolling used to be goddamn like a respectable art back in the day. I feel like in the early, like you could, like a troll was a troll. Like everybody got the troll. Now the trolling was the minimum. Like you know, yeah, I'm trying to say, I'm not saying it right. Trolling was not the norm. It was like the occasion. Now facts and real life is the occasion on social media. Everything is a troll.
So when we say this generation, like what generation are we speaking of? Hold on, Brandon gotta take his annual bathroom break, y'all. So when we talk about this generation, like what are we talking? What is this generation? This generation?
We're part of it. We're like the. In my opinion,
we're the tail end of what they consider.
We're the tail end of the last great generation before social media. So
yeah, so we're
not born into the matrix.
We understand both generations. Generation before, generation after.
Yeah, we got different.
So this generation, let's just say
people are born into it.
Let's say 25, 26, 18 or whatever, right?
Maybe even a little younger than that, but
yeah,
they grew up on social media. They grew up on social media.
Yeah, people. Okay, the generation that grew up on social media.
Yes.
Okay, so
suicide is at an all-time high.
The question is it? It is.
I kind of made that up.
Okay,
I think it is though.
It's high. It's high.
That sounds good though.
But is it? We don't know. So look. This is my question that I have.
Social anxiety. Anxiety is at an all-time high.
Okay.
For a fact.
So look, this is the question that I'm asking.
And we kind of changed it. It was about men.
Yeah. So this is the question. This is the question that I'm asking. This generation of men, right?
We're not gonna talk about this. We can expand it.
Okay, let's just say this generation period, right? People. I think social media, that the only thing we're focusing on is social media. You feel me? Like, if we look at this generation, other things are being done that have never been done before, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why don't exist outside
there's a lot more, maybe for you, there's a lot more
for the
black kids. Let's say there's a lot more millionaires, there's a lot more, like everybody is more smarter, like there's other positive things,
I agree,
that we doing that the other generations didn't do. You know what I'm saying? Even if we go to, as far as like our own civil rights, like think about what we got accomplished this year. Even though we shouldn't even have to do this, but we've moved the goalposts a little bit.
You think civil rights?
I'm not saying that. I think we're always gonna be discriminated.
No. I mean, like, if you look at the civil rights movement in the 60s compared to our civil rights movement now, I don't think we hold a candle.
No, we don't. But what I'm saying is, but that's one generation.
To the boycott.
That's one generation. What I'm saying is, when we're saying generation, we're considering all generations. Yeah. So the majority would say, yes, the 60s is the golden era for civil rights.
Yes.
What's the next one?
I mean,
or you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying we're up there with that. We're making positive things.
Okay,
what I'm saying
is the 60s, but maybe we fuck in the 30s.
Maybe so. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, like, I hate when people say that generational shit, because it seems like they're just focusing on one thing, or maybe it's a personal thing that they have. Like, oh, this nigga don't treat me right, or the past 4 niggas ain't treating me right. This generation of men is fucking terrible ass niggas.
Generalizations.
Yeah, it's a generalization. Like, we all come from bad, like a generation has bad issues with something. You know, you think somebody in the 70s wasn't saying, man, I missed the fucking 50s when, you know what I'm saying, this happened. You just gonna say that you missed some shit when it was the best part of your life. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it, so.
Alright, last one. Cat. Can you be friends or intimate with somebody who has a different political affiliation as you?
Can you be friends?
Can you be friends? Like, if you voted for Biden, they voted for Trump. If they believe in...
You can. I can see why it wouldn't work though, but y'all have to be very open to each other.
Can we twist the question a little bit just to make it more interesting?
Go ahead.
Cause your partner, your mate,
I said intimate too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, I know you, but you put the friend in there to make it. Let's just say like just your spouse.
Can you be
I think
married
it's
to my opposite political affiliation?
I would 10 times out of 10 I wouldn't recommend, but do I think that it's possible? Yes. Do I think that y'all would both have to have open mind and just respect each other's views? Yeah, you would. Do I think that more than likely it's not gonna work? Yes. But I'm gonna say facts just because I think that it's possible.
I agree.
But I wouldn't recommend it.
I agree.
Oh no,
Like
man.
I said, that's not gonna be my first option,
Yeah,
but
like-
I get it. Like,
I probably wouldn't date no Trump supporter. You know what I mean?
and
Like,
see, it's not like Trump made that shit harder to answer this question.
Divisive.
just
like,
anybody.
let's say-
George Bush.
if it was
Even if we go
George
back to
Bush,
George
you'd be like,
Bush.
He got some
He got some good
views.
tactics, but Trump is a lot of
That's
policy.
the Antichrist. Like,
Some people feel the same way about Biden. About
right?
whatever
He
policy
ain't,
you-
I don't
you
like
might be
really.
right.
And this one right now. Hey,
Or
you
let's
like
say that your girl
shit,
don't even. Let's say that your girl don't. Is she not necessarily that she Trump, but she don't fuck with Biden because he made the what you call the laws, the crack laws, the drug laws, or
They both touch
the
little
crime
girls.
bill and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like she's still upset about that.
100% upset
It
about
might
that.
be hard in your household.
Or just be
I
like,
suggest you just
but I
don't
mean,
tell her.
historically,
But you know, you see,
Oh, you
you
lied,
see
too.
Biden. Biden been sniffing on little girls' hair for years.
I see some of the flick.
Trump, and he about there. What's the name? Epstein.
Oh, one is.
Oh, no.
So it's like, really, right now we trying to fight the lesser of two evils and hope.
I get it.
Some people stand on the evil. I'm good with my. Somebody said this new Trump races. We back to the old racism, the normal racism we used to. We grow up, grandma's racism. This new shit is just.
Yeah.
So
You know, one day I asked my grandma, this is like right before she died, I asked her, because I never asked her. My grandma grew up in Talladega, Alabama.
You ain't been though.
And I asked her, yeah, it's a beautiful place. I asked her, I was like, what was it like in civil rights era, you know what I'm saying, growing up? And she was like, to be honest with you, it really wasn't that bad. She was like, because we stayed where we was at, they stayed where they was at. I really think that that's probably the worst thing to happen to black people, bruh, is integration, bruh.
we gonna debate that one of these days. But
Next episode, Facts or Cap, is integration.
that was on a. Y'all ever played Black Card Vote?
Oh, yes.
The question on there: what's the worst thing that happened to black people?
Hey, bro, we gotta play that. We gotta play that shit this weekend or tomorrow or some shit.
Damn, I don't
Hey,
know.
we coming to the crib for the Gucci Jeezy battle.
It's gonna be somewhere.
It's hard to be sober at your house. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I
we
give you
gonna
some
wrap this up. Episode 21, man.
Hey, black women, stop calling the police on niggas. If you really ain't got no reason to call the police,
Please. No smoke with nobody.
fuck yo.
I've been there.
Episode 21.
And I'm out.
21.